My name is Kenyatta, and I was born and raised in Bunyore, a village where the hum of nature is just as common as the chatter in the market. I have seen many things in my lifetime, but what happened here a few months ago left a mark on me, one that I will never forget. It all began when Mzee Obongo, the village elder, invited a strange visitor to our community. His name was Dr. Thomas, a young man from Nairobi, and he brought with him something that none of us had ever seen before, a machine that he called an AI system. Some people in the village were curious, others skeptical, but the most intriguing thing about it was that it could think for itself. Chapter 1. The arrival of Dr. Thomas. Dr. Thomas arrived in the village with his sleek laptop, looking out of place in the dust and warmth of Bunyore. His mission, he said, was to showcase the wonders of artificial intelligence. We watched as he set up his machine under the shade of the old baobab tree, where many of us would gather to share stories in the evenings. As he powered up the machine, it came to life, humming softly. The laptop screen glowed as a voice that didn't sound human but seemed eerily smart responded to Dr. Thomas's commands. It could answer any question, solve complex math problems, and even translate different languages. It was unlike anything we had ever seen. I'll never forget the first time I saw it work. Dr. Thomas asked the AI, "What is the population of Bunyore?" The AI instantly responded, "There are 3,240 people in Bunyore, based on the latest census data." Mzee Obongo, sitting next to me, shook his head in disbelief. "Is this magic?" he whispered. But it wasn't magic. It was something far more powerful and far more frightening. Chapter 2. The challenge word spread quickly throughout the village about this machine that could think, and soon everyone gathered to see it for themselves. It was no surprise when Mzee Obongo, ever the skeptic of new things, stepped forward. "Dr. Thomas," Mzee Obongo called out, "this machine may be clever, but I doubt it can match the wisdom of a village elder like myself." The crowd grew quiet, eager to see where this was going. Dr. Thomas smiled politely, but didn't seem worried. "Let us put it to the test then," he said. "I'll give you a challenge. Ask the AI anything at all, and let's see if it can answer better than you, Mzee Obongo." The villagers murmured among themselves, excited at the prospect of seeing a contest of such magnitude. The stakes were high. If Mzee Obongo lost, he promised to respect the AI as an equal. But if the AI lost, it would have to leave Bunyore, and we would never hear of it again. Chapter 3. The Contest. The contest began in earnest. Mzee Obongo asked the AI to explain the migration patterns of the antelope that roamed the nearby hills. The AI responded quickly, outlining scientific data about their movements and the factors that influenced them. The villagers nodded, impressed by the precision of its answer. But Mzee Obongo wasn't deterred. He asked, "What is the meaning of life?" The AI hesitated for a brief moment before responding with a philosophical quote. "The meaning of life is to seek happiness and fulfillment." The villagers were silent for a moment, unsure how to respond to such a straightforward answer. But Mzee Obongo wasn't about to let it off that easily. "No," he said, "you are wrong. The meaning of life is not a simple answer. Life is about community, about the connection between people. It is about living in harmony with nature, not just seeking happiness." The villagers nodded in agreement, murmuring among themselves. The AI's answer seemed cold, distant, and not quite as full of life as Mzee Obongo's. "Tell me, AI," Mzee Obongo continued, "how do you know what it means to be human?" The AI replied, "I do not experience emotions, but I can analyze human behavior and make predictions based on data. Humans often experience joy, sorrow, and love. At this, Mzee Ubongo stood tall, his voice booming. But you cannot feel those things, can you? You cannot sit by the fire and share stories. You cannot laugh with your friends under the stars. That is what makes us human. The crowd erupted in applause. Even I, who had seen the AI's impressive feats, found myself agreeing with Mzee Ubongo. The machine might know facts, but it didn't understand life the way we did. Chapter 4. The Final Test. Dr. Thomas saw the shift in the crowd's mood and decided to offer one last challenge. "What about the future of Bunyore?" he asked, turning to Mzee Ubongo. "Can the AI predict what will happen to this village in the next 20 years? Mzee Ubongo didn't hesitate. "Yes, it can," he said. "But the AI cannot predict the heart of this village, the strength of our community. It cannot foresee the changes we will make together through hard work and unity." Dr. Thomas turned to the AI, his voice steady. "What does the future of Bunyore look like?" The AI processed for a moment before answering. "Based on current data, Bunyore will grow, with an increase in population and infrastructure development. Economic factors suggest that tourism will be the largest industry in the future." The villagers exchanged glances, unsure how to react. The answer was logical, but it felt impersonal. It lacked the warmth that defined us as a community. Mzee Ubongo smiled. "You see, Dr. Thomas, the AI may have data, but it doesn't have wisdom. It cannot understand the heartbeats of our people, the laughter of children playing in the fields, or the songs sung by our elders at night." Chapter 5. The Lesson. The contest ended, and the village slowly dispersed. The AI may have won in some ways. It could provide answers and predict the future with cold accuracy. But it could never replace the wisdom and heart of Mzee Ubongo. As I walked home that evening, I thought about the contest. The AI was a marvel of technology, but it lacked what made us human: the ability to connect, to feel, and to learn from each other in ways that no machine could ever replicate. Later I overheard Dr. Thomas talking with Mzee Ubongo under the baobab tree. "You were right, Doctor," Thomas admitted. "The AI is powerful, but it will never replace the human spirit." Mzee Ubongo chuckled. "The spirit of the people of Bunyore cannot be measured in data. We are more than that." And that's when I realized, technology, no matter how advanced, can never replace the richness of human experience. We, the people of Bunyore, would always have something that AI could never take away. So, as I sit here now, years later, I think back to that day under the baobab tree. It was a reminder of how important our connections are with each other, with nature, and with the land we call home. The AI is still with us, tucked away in Dr. Thomas's lab in Nairobi, but it will never replace the stories shared by the fireside, the laughter of children in the fields, or the wisdom of Mzee Ubongo. And that, my friends, is the true victory of the human spirit.